Ah, Mr. Scratchit. Welcome to the Enteritis. Glad to have you on the bridge of Norman's Nose.
Thank you, Captain John, Luke, Picard. It's an honour to be joining the Enteritis. It has an excellent reputation.
I hope you'll be happy here. Norman's not quite in the same league as your previous celebrity hosts. I heard you decided not to take up that offer of work with Sir David Attenborough.
There didn't seem to be much future in it, Captain.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about having to cope with the effects of show business parties. The highlight of Norman's year is in the Golf Club Awards dinner. Unfortunately, it was last night, and we had a bit of a systems failure as a result of an overabundance of Indian food and a few too many glasses of red wine.
And his general condition?
He's holding up remarkably well for a 69-year-old. He's an ex-smoker, hence the blackened walls, and it's left him rather breathless, which is why we've given Lungs an assistant, Ian Haler. It means that Lungs have a bit more capacity when Norman gets unduly stressed.
And does this happen very often?
Usually only on the first day of the month, when he has his matrimonial exertions.
Oh, he's still active in that respect then?
Oh, yes, but not without the help of Viagra, unfortunately. That's why we're on a constant state of blue alert, which switches to red alert on the first Friday of the month.
The big pick-me-up.
Indeed. It was Daphne's idea. That's his wife. Most of Norman's ideas are planted in subconscious by Daphne. She saw an edition of Gardner's Question Time where the drug was shown to straighten runner beans.
Viagra has the effect on runner beans?
No, of course not.
Oh.
But it gave Daphne the excuse to have a supply in the greenhouse. She's been secretly administering it to Norman ever since.
I presume you have a good system for drug detection here?
Yes, it's based on research by the Ozzy Osbourne Foundation and developed by Laboratoire Garnier. Here comes our head of infection control, Ava Gotenich. I'll introduce you. Gotenich, Scratchit.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Scratchit.
That's a very distinctive accent, Ava. Are you Russian?
Latvian, actually.
Ava is one of the few foreign bodies Norman's metabolism will tolerate.
When I was working for Amy Whitehouse, she was always being infiltrated by foreign bodies.
You have experience of the celebrity sector? Oh, that is what I would like to do eventually.
Yeah, it's not all it's cracked up to be, but not every celebrity is as cracked up as Amy Whitehouse was. I was an orifice administrator for a while, and it was very hard work.
Thankfully, there are no such problems with Norman. Gotenich, can we have a progress report?
Certainly, Captain. Norman is having a nap at the moment, so Brian is in low activity mode.
Brian?
That's Brain.
Oh.
So why call him Brian?
Norman is dyslexic. Brain's real name is Know-All. Gotenich, what is Norman's body state?
He is slipping in and out of consciousness, Captain, just on the edge of dream state.
Anything significant happening in subconscious?
Not at the moment, Captain.
We tend to monitor subconscious quite closely. By doing so, it gives us early warning of Norman's intentions. Sometimes we can influence his decisions by showing him the consequences of a particular course of action.
And how do you do that?
We mimic dream state by means of holographic image and play out the given scenario as if it was real life. Norman thinks it's a dream, so it allows us to replicate potentially life-threatening situations without putting him at risk.
Oh, it's amazing.
Captain, I have Copsicle Jones on the line. He's reporting a problem in the blood cells.
Bob, you need to hear this. Gottenich, put him on the loudspeaker mode. Jones, it's the captain here. What seems to be the trouble? Jones, I can't hear you. Speak up, please.
Captain! Sorry about that, Captain. We've got a problem in the emotions wing. Love and lust have just been squaring up to each other, Captain. I had to go into one of the blood cells to stop it, and in all the confusion, sarcasm slipped in and made matters worse.
Did you not get the drug alert? You know how all the emotions react to the effects of Viagra.
I know, sir, but I was with frustration and anxiety at the time. They were discussing how they can control boredom and anger when Norman is watching the England football team.
At times like these, you just have to remember our motto.
Yes, sir. Don't panic!
Keep me informed of developments.
Right you are, sir.
Capable.
Jones has been with us a long time. He runs those blood cells like a military operation. He keeps the reds equally balanced with the whites, and he closely monitors the blood clots.
There are many, say they. Huh? There are many, aren't they?
No, to Captain Picard.
Hello, Noel. Say hello to new number 2, Bob Scratchit.
Good morning, old boy. How are you finding things?
Oh, I think I'm settling in quite nicely, thank you.
It looks as if Norman's coming round from his nap. Damn. He's picked up the crossword again. I'm going to have to concentrate now.
We're getting a bit of irritation from the sinuses, Captain.
Where's Mucus and Fleming?
They've gone to look for Tickle, sir.
He's probably got stuck in the back of the throat again. That's the 3rd time this week. Norman was sitting on the toilet last time. He was listening to Beethoven's 9th Symphony on Classic FM. Fortunately, he'd got to the last movement.
I tell you what, I was on secondment to Tom Jones for the time, and he had a problem with coughing, and we found that a couple of glasses of wine usually did the trick. You can't beat Vinos for a tickle in the back of the throat.
Godnich, ask Adam Sapple to lend a hand. In the meantime, I'm going to take Scratchit on a body tour. If you manage to find Tickle, tell him to get back where he belongs, with Slap in the erogenous zone. You can get me if you call me if there are any other emergencies. Come on, Bob, I'll introduce you to Bilius. She's in charge of the digestive zone.
Cool. It's a bit smelly down here, Captain.
All this constant movement of food and drink makes it difficult to stand up. That smells like a combination of curry, soup, and salami.
Oh, an Indian tsunami, they're deadly.
There's Bilius. Bilius, meet my new number 2, Bob Scratchit.
Morning, Captain, Mr. Scratchit.
It's Bob. It looks as if you're busy.
This is usually our slack time, just after breakfast and before Norman has his lunch. But we're still processing the remains of that Indian buffet he had last night.
What's that?
Looks like a flotilla of onion barges.
Oh.
Did you manage to sort out the acid spillage?
The Gaviscon team soon had it under control. We've now put in place that new food protection scheme you suggested, Captain.
What is this latest innovation from Captain John Lowe?
It's a concept I've called constant anticipation, or constipation, as I prefer to call it.
Would this be in keeping with your strategy of keeping one step ahead of Norman's thinking, so that every section of the body knows what to expect?
Indeed it would.
That's presumably why the bridge of Norman's nose is called Nostradamus.
Yeah, I can see that you and I are going to make an excellent operational team, Bob. There's no better way to implementing the constipation concept than having it followed up by a good number 2.
whilst on the subject of anticipating events, Captain, I've had a tip-off from Errol in audiology.
I think you mean Errol.
Since he's gone digital, we now call him Dyson.
What is that?
He picks up absolutely everything. Unfortunately, he doesn't always remember to pass on what he's heard.
That's one of the consequences of going digital. The memory sticks.
His colleague, Mutton Jeff, heard Daphne whispering something very significant in Norman's ear last night. He thought it was something to do with them going on holiday because Niagara was mentioned.
Stupid fool. It wasn't Niagara he heard. It must have been Viagra. Picard to bridge.
Got an itch?
Scratch it.
Yes, Captain.
This is your chance to see how we handle an emergency on the enteritis. Got an itch? Sound the Viagra red alert and remind Corporal Jones not to panic.
Yes, Captain.
Come on, Bob. We'll check out what effect this is having on the heart.
Right you are, Captain.
Heart should be here somewhere. Oh, there she is.
Well, hello, Captain. I'm sorry I wasn't here to meet you. I was on my regular beat. I was on the lookout for blood clots, and my search was in vain. Boom, boom. Who's this lovely man?
I'm Bob Scratchit.
Haven't you ever seen a beating heart before? Boom, boom.
Bob has spent a lot of time with show business celebrities, so he's worked a lot with heart throbs.
Yeah, I've seen a few, I can tell you. The only exception was Simon Cowell. He was completely heartless. No, it's just that...
Don't tell me. You were expecting to see the heart of a man, or perhaps a pig. Boom, boom.
I didn't mention it in my briefing, but Norman had a heart transplant about 3 years ago. This little beauty was originally in a 23-year-old marathon runner.
Oh, right, hence the rather developed muscle.
It's my job to make sure that Norman has the appropriate amount of chest expansion. Boom, boom.
Didn't you hear the Viagra red alert?
Yes, but Viagra's no threat to me. Boom, boom.
Doesn't Viagra cause you to miss a beat on occasions?
That more than compensates for getting blood flow going.
Somebody call?
Ah, blood flow. Meet my new number 2, Bob Scratchit.
Pleased to meet you. Sure.
Captain, should she have a cigarette in her mouth? I thought Norman had given up smoking.
It's an artificial dog end. Flo still has a nicotine addiction. It helps to calm her nerves. Flo keeps Norman's blood cells clean, don't you, Flo?
Do my best. Hard sometimes, though. That red wine doesn't half confuse me. And I can't tell whether the cells are red, white, or rosé most of the time.
Godnich, patch me through to Brain. I want to see if he's been unduly affected by this Viagra alert.
Are you there, Noel?
Yes, I'm here.
You don't sound your usual self today.
I was taking the opportunity to wind down while Norman was having his nap. I'm losing cells like there's no tomorrow. And if Norman loses any more, there won't be any tomorrow. I've just had an altercation with that objectionable skull.
And why would that be?
Norman knocked his head on the garage door yesterday and it hurt.
It would do.
It's Skull's job to absorb pain like that. When I pointed out that fact to him, he went off on one. There's nothing worse than a fractured skull.
We've got bigger problems at the moment. Didn't you hear the Viagra red alert?
I'm having a problem with my link with audiology at the moment. Let me know if I can be of any further help with the Viagra thing.
Okay, thanks. Bob, What are the other symptoms of Viagra's presence in the body?
Weakness in the knees.
I think you're getting confused with the symptoms of love, but it's worth checking it out. Gottnich, we're going to have a look at the right knee. Keep us informed of any other developments.
Will do, Captain.
I'm sorry, Captain. I seem to have lost my bearings. Are we travelling north or south?
Didn't you cover orientation in your basic training?
I did, but it was over 2 sessions, and I only completed the first leg. Unfortunately, it was the left leg, and this is the right.
Well, we've just gone past femur in the direction of tibia and fibia, so we must be heading south. We should see the turn-off for the knee joint about now. Oh, there it is.
It sounds like Norman's got a bit of a problem with water retention. Captain, is that a skylight over there?
Yes, that's where they came in for the keyhole surgery.
What on earth was that?
That's pain. He can turn up anywhere.
He's got a nerve.
Yes, the sciatic nerve.
Ah.
There's no speed limit in sciatica, and he takes full advantage of the fact.
To be fair, Captain, this knee joint doesn't seem to be showing any signs of weakness. Viagra usually has a significant effect on the hydraulic systems, but there's no evidence of it here.
Gottnich to Captain Picard.
Picard here.
Bilius is reporting unidentified flying objects in the digestion zone, Captain.
Probably butterflies in the stomach. That's definitely one of the early signs of Viagra effect. We're on our way.
Thanks for coming down, Captain. I'm a bit worried that we might have a tube blockage.
What's all this about flying objects?
Oh, it was a false alarm. I must have got cabbage white mixed up with white cabbage.
It's an easy mistake to make, Billis. Especially as you served on our sister body support system, the entomologist. Bob, meet Fat Controller. He's in charge of the Tube Network. How are things, FC? This is Bob Scratchit, my new number 2.
Oh, Govs, all hell's been let loose in there. Every bit of the system is failing. There was a signalling fault at the pancreas, and what was due to go to Cockfosters has ended up in the arsenal. Of course, if some people did their job properly, we wouldn't end up in these sorts of problems.
Oh, you're looking at me.
If the kneecap fits.
I can't help it if Norman has a problem with his mastication. His dentures can't handle the amount of food he shovels into his mouth.
It's your responsibility to see what everything that passes through the digestion zone is properly processed.
Okay, you two, that's quite enough. We've got a problem to sort out, and we have to work as a team.
Bridge to Captain.
Yes, Gottnich.
You might want to get back here. There's been an unexpected development.
Mistake? What do you mean, mistake?
There was a mistake in sounding the Viagra red alert, Captain.
Well, what kind of mistake?
We sounded the alert on the basis of the report we got from Matt and Jeff that Daphne had whispered Viagra at Niagara in Norman's ear, and you took this to be Viagra.
Yes, and?
Well, I've just played back the logging record for that part of the day, and it seems that Daphne did, in fact, whisper Niagara, not Viagra.
I see. Very well, Gottnich. Ask the crew to stand down.
Does that include Duty Officer Peter Innes, Captain?
Yes, Gottnich. Especially him.